Recto, kalaban ang katiwalian at kasinungalingan, kakampi sa katotohanan at kabutihan.
Tapos ang maliligayang araw.
Pero just for clarity and being precise, hindi po para sa kanya yung May 4 na hearing.
Actually, I ordered the committee to send notice to VP as well, so that whatever intentions she has, kung ano man ang gusto niya, at least for the last time, before we approve the committee report, including the resolution and the articles of impeachment, we continue to cater the requirement of due process, no?
Opo. So pwede kung gusto niya for some reason. Kasi hindi naman tayo pwedeng sarhan mo kagad yung mali mo, magbagong ip ng hangin at sasabihin niya, hindi, gusto kong magsalita dyan
Meron
sa
akong
hearing.
drone, sabihin.
So pwede siyang sumugod dyan sa May 4.
I think if ever she will have the intention to present evidence, tatanggapin na lang ng Committee on Justice. But we have to consider the fact na natapos na yung determination of probable cause. The same was unanimously supported by the justice members. So, dun lang, if ever she will come and present evidence, perhaps my inclination will just be to receive whatever she has.
Okay, but wala na siyang, wala nang puwang. Wala nang puwang para magsalita siya. Tapos na. Kumaga too late.
Wala nang puwang para magtalumpati.
Because ever since, the opportunity that was given to her is by way of submitting her clarificatory questions through the justice members, no? Talaga namang ang naging rule, and this is pursuant also to the rules of impeachment, this ating clarificatory hearing, this is a proceeding between and among the justice members, no? The complainant and their counsel were not allowed to speak. Same is true with respect to the vice president. However, she can present evidence, we will accept that, and she can raise clarificatory questions through the justice members or even through the chair, no? So, balikan natin yung May 4. The agenda for May 4 is the approval already of the committee report, the resolution, and the articles of impeachment. Indeed, parang ifo-formalize na lang dito the voting that happened yesterday and to see also if the justice members are agreeable to the consolidation of all the grounds under one articles of impeachment. In other words, clarificatory hearing has been concluded already. But since this is still under the jurisdiction of the Justice Committee, I opted to send notice pa rin sa ating Vice Presidente.
Kasi po yung dalawang congressman na nag-raise noon, parang hindi malinaw kung ano yung desisyon sa ni-raise nilang point. Di ba si Congressman Sola ba yun? At saka si Gutierrez o Salo or something?
Suwan.
Sorry,
Congressman Lordan
Congressman.
Suwan and Congressman Rog Gutierrez. Actually, ang position nila, Alvin, is to fix another schedule for one more hearing.
Tama.
That to give opportunity to the Vice President to present her evidence. Kaya lang, for the majority of the justice members, since day one, we've been calling her. Since day one, we've been providing a chair for her. Since day one, we've been sending notices to her. And today, Congresswoman Ann Matibag even manifested that while we are conducting the hearing, the Vice President is attending an event in San Pedro, Laguna. So to us, we submitted that indeed there is no intention on the part of the Vice President to attend. In which case, sinong hinihintay namin kung talagang wala namang intention na mag-attend, no?
Okay.
And I have expressed this before, this is a constitutional process which must not be delayed, no? Considering na overwhelming na yung compliance natin sa requirement ng due process. So I think it was just proper for the committee yesterday to already vote on the existence of probable cause. May 4, like what I said, is intended for the approval of these documents already. Committee report, resolution, and the articles of impeachment. Nonetheless, because it has been our intention to provide ample due process to the Vice President, pinadalhan pa rin siya ng notice. If she will come, we will just receive whatever she wanted to submit to the committee.
Opo. Ma'am, ano po ang inyong reaksyon sa patuloy? Kasi narinig ko kanina si Attorney Powa, yung kanilang patuloy, yung kanilang stand, na hindi naman kami pupunta dyan kasi talaga namang wala silang jurisdiction dito sa kaso na to. Hindi namin kinikilala ito. Hindi po ba't malaking, hindi naman insulto, kung di walang pagbibigay galang sa inyong mandato?
Well, that is one interpretation of their position, no? Hindi sila nagbibigay galang sa House of Representatives. Much more, hindi nila iginagalang ang constitutional process. It is important for the government officials to show to the public that they respect this accountability mechanism because this is what the Constitution provides. Ano ba sabi sa saligang batas? Public office is a public trust. And government officials must be accountable to the people at all times. At all times, dapat accountable tayo. Ibig sabihin, if ever there are allegations or offenses, and there is a formal hearing that is going on, you should be attending and answering the allegations which are being charged against you, no? Although we acknowledge the fact that this is her right, her prerogative to attend or not, ang problema kasi, pag kakatapos ng hearing, doon sila sumasagot sa press con, no? So, hindi naman natin pwedeng i-consider yung kanilang mga pronouncements sa press con because that is not a formal proceeding. that is not the proper forum. The proper forum is the Justice Committee.
Agree.
If they believe na wala talagang ebidensya itong lahat ng ito, ay bakit pa sila magpre-press ko to answer everything that is happening in the Justice Committee? Dapat nga mas umattend sila so that they can rebut yung sinasabi nilang baseless accusations. Di ba? Pag ikaw pinagbibintangan, alam mo sa sarili mo na walang basis yung ibinibintang sa'yo, di ba lalong manggagalaiti kang umattend? Dahil gustong-gusto mong isabog itong mga ebidensya mo na magpapawalang bisa ng lahat ng aligasyon laban sa'yo. That's what I understand.
Okay, sige.
Kala, ito nga, ang naging inclination nila is not to attend, always questioning the constitutionality of the proceeding of the Justice Committee.
Okay, moving forward. Usad tayo. Ano po? Kayo ho ba ay automatic na mapapabilang sa panel of prosecutors? Kasi mukhang doon ang uwi po natin. Ano po? Yung 106. Natanong na namin sa iyo last time yan, pati sa ibang kongresista, mukhang makukuha naman. Kaya ang susunod na hakbang will be in the Senate. Ano po?
Yun na.
Kayo ba kasali na sa panel of prosecutors? At kung hindi pa man kasali, willing po ba kayo na makasali dyan?
Let me respawn in
nabitin
Rome,
pa tayo.
please. Yes.
Lord
Our city
Rudy,
currently has a population of 9.
Hindi automatic yon, no? And it is by way of election of the plenary that the members become prosecutors, no? As to whether or not I am willing to join the prosecution panel, hindi ko pa pinag-iisipan yan, Alvin. Ang tinututukan ko is my duty to be able to conclude it in the Justice Committee and to defend it in the plenary. Medyo mabigat pa ang paparating na trabaho, which is the approval of the committee report, the articles of impeachment. At pagdating dito siyempre sa floor, sa plenary, I'm anticipating a heated debate dito before we finally vote on whether to transmit or not these articles of impeachment. And again, for the record, we need at least 1/3 of all the members of the House of Representatives.
Pero open
Siguro
naman.
saka ko na lang isipin yan.
Pero open naman kayo. Open naman.
Well, we've been considered as one of the prosecutors in the first
Tama
impeachment process. Naalala mo yun during the 19th Congress, di ba? Yes, we are open, but I'm not seriously delving on this idea yet.
Apo, pero meron pa rin naman yung private prosecutor. Marami kayong abogado sa Kamara.
Oo.
Pero syempre kailangan din ng private prosecutor, ma'am. Ano po?
Definitely, Alvin, as a matter of fact, itong mga kasama nating lawyers and even myself dito sa House of Representatives, hindi na kami ganun ka-updated about litigation, no? And what will happen in the Senate is trial. Tapos yung mga kakalaban namin ng defense team, sila na mga litigation lawyers talaga, no? Although under the rules, hindi naman ipinagbabawal kumuha ng private prosecutor. So I wish to confirm na kung matutuloy man tayo to be one of the panel of prosecutors, I will really recommend that we engage private prosecutors to help and aid the members of the House who will be joining the panel of prosecutors.
Ilan po ba yan? Ilan ba dapat ang prosecutor na congressman? Ilan dapat yung private prosecutors, congresswoman?
Under the rules, we should be 11 public prosecutors, no? Pero parang wala namang prohibition if we want to consider a bigger number. About the private prosecutor, the rule is silent. So I guess it will depend on us and on the private lawyers who are willing to help the House of Representatives in the prosecution of this impeachment case.
Opo. Pero sino po yung talagang final, yung final na magdedesisyon? Kung sino, at ilan talaga?
Siguro kapag na-create na itong panel of prosecutors, no, Doris,
Opo.
there will be a lead prosecutor. So I think it will be the prosecutors who will decide kung ilan ang i-engage na public prosecutors at kung sino-sino itong mga ito.
Hindi, ang tanong niya, sino ang pipili na magiging congressperson prosecutor?
Tsaka yung final na. Kumbaga siya yung huling pipirma.
Yeah.
They will be elected. They will be elected in the
okay.
plenary.
Oh, okay. So may election
May
pa lang.
election yan.
Okay,
oo.
okay.
Yes, para kang nag-i-elect ng committee chair, committee members. So this panel of prosecutors will be elected also in the plenary kung sino man itong 11 House members na ito who will be joining the panel of prosecutors
Ayun.
by election.
Yeah. So sa palagay ninyo, kung sino yung dapat na nandyan sa panel na yan, top of mind, yung parang bilib na bilib ka na ito magiging asset ito
Kaya nga.
sa prosecution ng kaso laban sa Vice Presidente.
Sa akin, si Chua.
Okay. Si Joel Chua.
Oy, parehas kami ni attorney.
Oo nga pala, lawyer nga pala.
Lawyer, lawyer.
Magagalit
Joel
sila sa akin si
Chua.
Bel Zamora. No?
Yung lawyer din, si Zamora
Si-
partner.
Bata.
Oh,
Si Git Flores.
si Laila de
Si
Lima.
Terry Ridon. Laila de Lima. Madami kaming abogado sa Justice Committee. I think majority of the... Chel Jokno. We also have Rog Gutierrez and Nordan Suwan. Diba? Marami kaming lawyers. Ang tanong na lang siguro yung readiness nila and willingness na mapasabak ulit.
Oo, kasi trabaho yun, partner eh.
Oo nga.
Oo, pero hindi naman yung
Number one talaga
kahabaan.
si-
Wala pa sigurong kalahating taon.
Number
Tapos
one
na yan,
talaga si Joel
congresswoman.
Chua eh.
Para
At
sobrang
siyempre, si
haba
Attorney
naman ng
Luis po
kalahati.
sobrang haba pa.
Bagaman,
Tatlong buwan.
Oo, bagaman it will depend on the leadership of the Senate, no? Pero tingin ko if they will be conducting more hearings in a week, parang dati everyday.
Oo.
Ano ba dati everyday ba yung trial nila?
Parang, oo.
Pero mas
parang.
malimit kaysa sa doon sa ginawa namin, di ba Alvin? Kasi
Opo.
kami once a week lang eh.
Opo, opo. So in 3 months
I
time,
think if-
tapos.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think if they will be conducting a frequent hearing, like at least 3 hearings in a week,
Mm.
kakayanin naman ng 3 months yan.
Opo, ay,
Parang
pero,
sobrang tagal naman ang 6 months. Medyo masyadong maproprolong
Yeah.
yung pagtutok ng mga tao dito sa
Yun na nga.
impeachment trial na ito. I think
Oo.
3 months will be average.
ito tinanong ko rin kanina kay Congresswoman Laila, ano po, para sa inyo, alin doon sa mga complaints laban sa Vice Presidente ang sigurado kayong madadali siya o tatablan siya? Kasi maraming reklamo, di ba?
Correct.
Alin doon yung sure ka na tatamaan siya at tatablan siya?
Ako, Alvin, sure ako dun sa tatlo.
Lahat.
For me, the evidence,
Okay.
sure ako dun sa tatlo. The evidence are all strong. Kasi dito sa confidential fund, remember, 4 pala yan eh. Kasi hiniwalay nila yung bribery. Yung confidential fund, remember, may decision denying the appeal, may additional 3 notices of disallowance. No? At least in as far as COA is concerned, talagang may violation ng Joint Circular 2015-01. Second, doon sa bribery, you will remember these 3 DepEd officials na umamin na. Mercado, Osias, and Alcantara ba yun? Catalan.
Oo.
No, yung 3 DepEd officials na umamin na. About the allegations of unexplained wealth, paano ba yan i-explain? Ang SALN mo, 88 million. Naka-zero declaration ka pa from 2019 hanggang 2024. And then the AMLAC report is showing 6.7 billion.
Wow.
The SEC, audited financial statement, is showing losses of her private companies, no? So how will you reconcile that? Kahit tumutok lang tayo doon sa 6.7 billion na transaction, bakit hindi mo yan nakita doon sa SALN when the mandate to the government officials is to disclose? Sabi ko nga sa opening statement ko on the April 22 hearing, di ba? Etong pagtalakay ng unexplained wealth, this is the territory of forensic truth. Kasi kapag numero ang pinag-uusapan, hindi yan nagsisinungaling. Hindi mo yan kayang takutin. Hindi mo yan kayang kumbisihin because numbers do not lie.
Opo.
How will you justify your SALN if your AMLAC is showing 6.7 billion transaction? No?
Opo.
Doon pa lang.
Kung,
Kung buksan pa ng Senate yung BIR box, di ba?
Mm.
So, bagaman I do not know yet what will appear from the BIR box, pero the SEC has testified already na losses lahat ng companies nila. And if I may complete, Doris, no? Yung threat naman, I
Oo.
totally agree with Congresswoman De Lima. Res ipsa lucretur. What you see in the video speaks for itself. Threat
okay.
was committed.
A threat is a threat is a threat.
Saka yun yung mas arok. Yun yung mas
Oo.
arok ng sambayanan eh.
Carry agad
Yung
ng sambayanan.
gets mo kagad, diba?
Oo.
Tama na isingit natin yung tanong ni Pao Atienza kasi may sinabi pala si Attorney Rico Domingo kung dapat daw pag sumitihin ng memorandum si Vice President Sara Duterte para suportahan ang kanyang posisyon laban sa kanyang impeachment complaint. Bahagi ito ng due process para hindi muling mateknikal ng kampo ng Vice Presidente. What do you think?
The rule says may, quote unquote,
Oh.
which means it is discretionary whether to require submission or not. No? Doon sa binasa ko kahapon sa rules, before I pronounce that the impeachment complaints are submitted for resolution already, yes, it made mention about the submission of memoranda, but it uses may, which
Opo.
means you may require or you may not require. It is discretionary.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Thank you.
And to add to that, anong isa-summarize nila sa memoranda? Eh wala naman silang present.
Opo,
Di
opo.
ba? The
Tama,
memoranda
tama.
is intended to summarize the evidence that was presented and submitted. In the cases of the complainants naman, you will remember that they delivered a summation speech along with the video of Kong Laila. Kong Benny Abate likewise delivered a summation speech. That is a summary of the evidence that was presented.
Alright.
Okay.
Kung
Mm.
ano po ang reaction nyo doon sa sinabi po ni Congressman Paulo Duterte na binayaran yung ibang kongresista dyan
Parang
para
binraso at tinakot na
Tinakot.
wala kayong pondo sa mga
Oo,
proyekto nyo. Pag
wala
hindi kayo
kayong matatanggap na pondo kung hindi kayo boboto dito. Ay, kung boboto kayo, tama ba? For.
Mm-mm.
Oo.
I can only speak for myself and I totally deny that statement of Congressman Paulo Marcoleta. Easy to say, but it will be hard for him to prove, no? Ako
Si
sa aking
Marcoleta
sarili,
ba
I did
nagsabi?
not encounter those kind of occasions.
Kung sorry,
Sabi ni Doris si Marcoleta daw
Hindi
eh.
po,
Sino
ma'am,
ba?
si Duterte. Paulo
Si
Duterte.
okay.
Oo.
Okay, so even if it is Kong Paulo Duterte who said that, I deny that. But I can speak for myself only, no?
Bunyog, bunyog, halika na kasama ka. Bunyog,
Iduwagin nyo din lang magsasama.
pagpunod ay may pag-asa. Kusong Visayas
Kami
mo na.
naman, di ba? Kung si pulong-pulong na Yutman din na magsasabi na po, magduda ka na. Diyos ko po, Lord Rudy. Kabado na kasi sila. Carl Alejo, Allen Valencia, Mark Bon Jovi. Kabado na sila. Kaya ayun. Diyos ko po, Rudy. Mag-isa pa tayo. Last topic tayo kay Attorney Enzo Mabsat.